Hello and welcome to the Humble Grumble, the show that takes a topic from the wonderful world of video games and discusses it for your amusement. On today's episode, Jason and I will be discussing the ins and outs of Gamescom 2014. So we will start at the beginning. Microsoft they were the first to take the stage with their press conference. We talked a little bit about Microsoft's appearance at E3. A really strong appearance coming off the back of 2013 when they were kind of playing catch up with Sony, and they kind of bolstered their indie lineup. They have a lot of indie games coming out of this. It really showcased a massive sizzle reel. It was at least 10 minutes of just pure gameplay of all these upcoming games. You have this indie title called Below, and it's essentially Dark Souls meets Fez. Kind of the visual style of Fez mixed with the excruciating gameplay associated with From Software's RPG. But I think one of the biggest things coming to Microsoft, maybe surprising announcements, was the Tomb Raider exclusivity. Yeah, inverted commas.
Yeah.
I think
at least until after Christmas, probably.
It's one of them ones. The game is essentially slated to come out holiday 2015, so it's a long way out, even now. But I think it was just Microsoft staking a claim for the mindshare of that game. You know, the 2013 reboot of Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider. That might be the prequel, but it was remarkably well received. You know, it was all these Game of the Award nominations and stuff, Game of the Year nominations. But I think Microsoft essentially, the exclusivity thing was essentially marketing jargon. You know, it kind of came out after the conference that it is a timed exclusive. They just they kind of danced around it on stage to to try and Xbox One having a massive Rise of the Tomb Raider, that just being exclusive would be a huge announcement for them to make.
Even though the first Tomb Raider had disappointing sales, apparently.
Disappointing.
Which is a lot of rubbish.
It really is. See, that's one of the things, you know, I think that's maybe the reason why Square Enix, Microsoft obviously approached Square Enix, the publisher of last year's Tomb Raider, and it might be a way for them
why they took the deal.
Yeah, to leverage the cost of development. You know, you always hear a lot of things about AAA game development being such a financial undertaking and financial risk for all these studios. So when a publisher like Microsoft gives you a lump sum to make it exclusive, even if it is a timed exclusive, for a limited period of time, when the game eventually does come out holiday 2015, even if they have 6 months, you know, knowing that is there on that platform for 6 months could drive sales of the console itself. Moving on to the Sony Conference. The Sony Conference was almost the first half an hour of it was almost a victory lap for them, kind of touting the sales of PlayStation 4 to date. Just waving playable teaser, PT. In other words, it was a little demo that just kind of creeped onto the PlayStation Store day and date. This first person survival horror, miniature game just kind of appeared out of the blue.
But what was it?
But what was it indeed? Well, it took a Twitch streamer to figure out. A lot of people just assumed it was just this random demo, just completely out of left field.
So Twitch is good for something at least.
Indeed. But no, it actually turned out to be a teaser for a new Silent Hill game, or Silent Hills, plural.
Silent Hills.
And make sure you add the S, which is interesting because at the end of the demo it shows you a character voiced and motion captured by Norman Reedus of the Walking Dead fame.
But no hills. Not even one hill. And there was quite a lot of noise.
He's kind of walking up a street hill, sort of. But anyway,
grasping at straws.
We digress.
But we haven't really covered shooty games yet. So we've got Call of Duty and Halo Master Chef Collection. So Halo showed us a lot of new maps, a few remakes, and there's showed 2 or 3, and there's a few more confirmed to be remade, but they're not going to show them because I don't know why that really matters.
When is the game coming out?
November.
It's just before the beta for Guardians, the Halo 5. I think that's just at around the late December, so I think you're just coming out before it.
Yep.
So
just after Sunset Overdrive, which also looks great, and the white Xbox looks amazing.
Indeed. Typical of Activision, they kind of want to get ahead of the hype, as it were, they revealed the multiplayer for Advanced Warfare, like in the days before Gamescom actually kicked off.
It looks a lot of fun.
Everyone wanted to steal the limelight. No, it does truly look like a lot of fun, and immediately the comparisons for Titanfall. I think Titanfall 2 was trending on Twitter when Advanced Warfare the trailer debuted.
I saw the trailer for it without knowing what it was, and I thought it was Titanfall.
See, that is the thing.
And I mean, Titanfall wasn't the big success Microsoft wanted it to be, but a lot of people regard it as a fantastic game.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are still playing it, and it would make sense to copy that if that works.
So to wrap things up for this Gamescom episode of the Humble Grumble, we are going to do a quick fire round just of all the announcements that kind of slipped through the cracks almost. We're going to kind of give our quick verdict on to see what we think. So I will start with the Walking Dead game coming from Payday developer Overkill, kind of a co-op Walking Dead game, maybe not out until 2016. Yeah or nay?
Yay.
I would give that a yay. Payday was a great game.
On the indie side of things, we've got Inside from Limbo developers Play Dead, which looks like a 2.5D black and white ready gamey, one more colour added. It's with a vaguely Orwellian theme to it. It looks pretty interesting.
I give it a yay. Everyone enjoyed Limbo?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a yay.
Give it a yay.
I would say the latest game from Housemarque developer, the studio behind Resogun and Super Stardust, they are bringing out a new twin-stick shooter for PS4 called Alienation. That is a big yay from me.
So we got some dull ports as well. Goat Simulator coming out to Xbox One. Not really.
It's kind of been there, done that.
And same goes for DayZ coming to PlayStation 4.
DayZ coming to
Is anyone
PlayStation 4.
really interested?
I don't know, like they didn't really specify a date for that, so I don't know whether the game will be out of early access by the time it comes to PS4.
I don't think DayZ's ever coming out of early access.
It's just
the actual zombie apocalypse by then. So that's a nay.
That is I would say a meh. Back to me, I would say the new game from Michael Ansel, the creative mind behind, the creative mind behind Rayman. He is bringing out a new kind of a title called Wild. I would give that a yay, based purely on the like gorgeous visual aesthetic of it,
and the prestige behind it as well.
Yeah, exactly. You know, Rayman is just like one of the most iconic platformers in the industry. So knowing that you know the creativity of that title is going into Wild, that's a yay for me. You got any last minute additions to the...
I've already mentioned it, but I love the sticking to consoles and limited edition consoles. The Sunset Overdrive white Xbox looks lovely.
A lot of limited edition Xbox coming out.
It's far too long to wait for that.
Yeah, it is indeed.
Because the Advanced Warfare Xbox,
Terabyte,
not so much. It looks a bit silly, a bit cheesy. Every games console now wants to be that slick thing that you put onto your TV that doesn't look like a games console.
True.
And you get this one that comes out that's got blood splatters and makes chainsaw noises, or the Advanced Warfare one looks like a radiator from the 70s.
So to wrap up this episode of the Humble Grumble Gamescom 2014, we would like to invite you to drop your thoughts on the conference down in the comments below, and if you'd like to see more from Polygonasaurus, you subscribe to us here on YouTube, because until next Thursday, thanks for watching.